Hello students, good morning. Welcome to our science class of class 8th. Today we are just going to study about chapter 3rd, that is synthetic fibers and plastic. This chapter consists of following topics. On that topics we are going to discuss one by one. Before that we just know about what are fibers, what are fabrics, and as we know that there are different materials present in our surroundings. These materials that we are using for different purpose as per our need. For example, just I am going to give you one example, just like plastic, polybags, clothes. These are the different types of. There are different types of clothes also. Some of them have the shiny appearance. Some of have the different textures. All these clothes are made up of fibers, and the clothing material totally depends upon the nature of the fiber. Polythene made up of what? Polythenes are made up of plastic. Cold drink glass are also made up of plastic. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the fibers and plastics in details. And the topics we will cover in this chapter are as follows. The topics are synthetic fibers, types of synthetic fibers, identification of various fibers, characteristics of synthetic fibers, advantage and disadvantage of synthetic fibers, plastics, plastic material of choice, plastics and environment. So about all these topics we are going to study in this chapter one by one. Before that, firstly we will know that what is fiber. Now we are going to know about that what is fiber. As you have seen that the clothing material is called fabric, is woven out of fiber. So first of all we know that what is fiber. Fiber is what? Fiber is actually a strong thin thread which is very flexible and from which the cloth is made. So this is known as fiber. Now we are just going to know about that what is fabric. So fabric is made by weaving or knitting long twisted thread, and that long twisted thread that we use for this purpose is known as yarn. So yarn made from fiber. Now the types of fiber. We are going to know about the types of fibers. There are mainly two types of fibers. The fibers are characterized on the basis of their origin, and that are written as first one is natural fiber and second one is on the basis of origin. We characterize the fibers into two categories. The first one is natural fiber and the second one is synthetic fiber. So first of all we know that what is natural fiber, and then after we will also know that what are synthetic fibers. But before that, just I am going to introduce about the synthetic fiber. So first of all we know that what is synthetic fiber. Synthetic fibers are the fibers that is made from the chemicals. Man-made fibers are known as synthetic fibers. And synthetic fiber is a kind of polymer. Polymer is a word which is consist of two words. Poly means many and mer means unit. So polymer is formed by combining the different when we combine the different monomers, it result in the formation of a polymer. So it is a kind of polymer. Synthetic fiber is a type of polymer. Synthetic fiber is made up of long chain of a small unit, and that small unit is known as monomer. So the polymer is a long chain that is consist of a small unit, and that small unit is known as monomer. So monomer, how we will define that what is monomer? Each small unit by which the polymer is made. Polymer is consist of a long chain of a small unit, and that small unit is known as monomer. Now We will also know that what is polymerization. The process of linking together of small monomers to form polymers is known as, means this is the process of the formation of the polymer. In this process we just linked these small monomers units are linked together, and they result to form a long chain, and this process is called polymerization. Now, types of polymers. There are mainly two types of polymers: natural polymers. There are so many examples of the natural polymers also, in which some of them we are knowing about that also: cotton, wool and silk. These are the natural polymers. And synthetic polymers like nylon, rayon, terylene. There are so many types of synthetic polymers also, that we are going to study about all these kinds of polymers in this chapter one by one. So next is about the types of synthetic fibers. Now we are going to know that what are the different kinds of synthetic fibers, but before that we must know that what are natural fibers. I have told you about the synthetic fibers. Now I am going to tell you about the natural fibers. Natural fibers are obtained from the plant and animal sources. They are of plant and animal origin. They are obtained from the plant and animal sources. They occur in ready to use form, and there are certain fibers which is obtained from the plants. The fibers that we obtain from the plants are known as vegetable fibers. For example, cotton, jute and silk. These type of fibers, from where we are getting? We are getting from the plants, and that's why they are also known as vegetable fibers. This includes the following fibers: protein fibers and cellulose fiber. Protein fibers like wool and silk fibers that contains the protein, so that's why it is known as protein fibers. Cellulose fibers like cotton and linen that we obtain from the plants, so that's why they are known as cellulose fiber. Cotton, just like cotton that is used in the manufacturing of bed sheets, usually in summers, and it keeps us ventilated. So there are so many uses of these fibers also, and we are using also in our daily life. Now we are going to know about the types of the synthetic fibers. Rayon, nylon. What are the different types of synthetic fibers? Rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic. Now we just know about that. What is rayon? What are the characteristics of the rayon? What are the properties of the rayon? What are the uses of the rayon? So first of all, we know that rayon, from where we obtained it. It is a type of synthetic fiber that is obtained from the wood pulp, and this pulp is further processed to form the rayon. So it is also known as artificial silk. This rayon is also called the artificial silk, and it is obtained from the wood pulp. So it is only a kind of synthetic fiber that is obtained from the wood pulp. And another name that is given to this, because it has silk like appearance, so that's why it is also known as artificial silk. Now this fiber is obtained from the chemical treatment of the wood pulp. When this wood pulp chemical treatment occurs, so this is formed, and so that's why this rayon is also known as artificial silk, because it's a silk like properties. Now we are going to know that what are the properties of the rayon. It is a semi-synthetic fiber. Semi-synthetic fiber means it is not totally a synthetic fiber. It is obtained from the plant wood pulp. So that's why it is known as semi-synthetic fiber, as wood pulp is used for its manufacturing. Because as we know that the wood pulp is used for its manufacturing, so that's why it is called a semi-synthetic fiber. It is manufactured and regenerated cellulose fiber. It is called a viscose rayon. It is also known as viscose rayon and artificial silk. The liquid that is obtained from the pine tree is called viscose, and it has luster, due to which it is also called viscose rayon. Why it is called? And question arises, when why it is called a viscose rayon? It is called a viscose rayon because the liquid that we obtain from a tree, that is the name of that tree is pine tree, is called viscose, and that viscose has the luster, and due to which this is known as viscose rayon and the artificial silk. Now we are going to know that what are the different properties of the rayon. Now, the first property is it is a versatile fiber and it is widely used fiber. Rayon is mixed with cotton to make bed sheets or mixed with wool to make carpets. It has a comfort providing properties. It is very comfortable. They can be easily dyed as per our needs. It is soft, smooth, cool, comfortable, highly absorbent. They do not insulate body heat. Therefore, it is used in hot and humid climates also. So these are the different properties of the rayon. Now we are going to know that where it is used. What are the uses of the rayon? So just we are going to know about that. What are the uses of the rayon? Rayon is used in textile industries for making the shirts, skirts, and different clothing items. Different clothes are made from the rayon. Next is this fabric has gained unfair reputation as it is constantly used in making cheap garments that have very low price. These cheap garments are made up of rayon. So it is also used to make the cheap garments. That cheap garments are made up of rayon. So there are different uses. In textile industry, it is used. It is mixed with wool to make carpet. It is used in industries to make tire cord. It is used in medical field. Medical field, it is used for making the gauze, for making the bandage. So these are the different uses of the rayon. Next is synthetic fiber that we are going to study about the next type of the synthetic fiber that is known as nylon. So first of all, we know that what is nylon. It is the first fully synthetic fiber that is made by men without using natural raw material. Means it is a fully synthetic fiber. Not any kind of natural material is used for making this. So it is known as the fully synthetic fiber, and it is mainly made from the petroleum products. So we are going to know about that what are the different properties of the nylon and how it is made up of. It is made up from the coal, water and air. It is the first fully synthetic fiber which was made in 1931. It was first made in 1931 and it was the first fully synthetic fiber. It is widely found. It has the ability to be lustrous, semi-lustrous, non-lustrous. It is durable as it has high tensile strength, and it is heat resistant. It is highly resistant to insects, fungi, animals, and chemicals. So these are the different properties of the nylon. Next is about the uses of nylon. Now we are going to study about the uses of nylon. As we know that nylon has the high strength, and due to this property it is used for making the fishing nets, parachutes, bags and ropes. It is used for making the fabrics. It is used in the manufacturing of various machine parts, and it is often blended with wool to increase the strength. So there are so many uses of it. Some uses that I have told you, that it is used for making the fishing nets, parachutes, fabric and climbing knots, because it is a type of very strong fiber. So that's why due to this features they are used to make the various parts of the machine also, and it is blended with a wool to increase its strength. So these are the different uses of the nylon. Now the next type of synthetic fiber is polyester. Now we will just know that what is a polyester. Polyester is another type of synthetic fiber, and it is also consists of many repeating small units, and that repeating units are known as esters. So an ester is what? Ester is a type of monomer, and these ester units combine together to form a long chain of a polymer, and that polymer is known as polyester. So polyester consists of monomer unit. What are the monomer units that is used to make the polyester? The monomer unit here used is what? It is ester. Now terylene, dacron are the examples of the polyester fibers. Now there are different properties of the polyester also, but firstly we will know more about that how it is manufactured. Polyester is manufactured from petroleum, and it is a category of polymer which contain an ester group in their main chain. So in their main chain, the ester group is present. That ester group that I have already told you, that is a monomer unit that is used in its chain. PET, PET, capital P, capital E, and capital T. Its full form is polyethylene terephthalate. This is the most commonly PET. PET is one of the example of the polyester. This is one of the most commonly used polyester. Is made from two monomers by condensation polymerization. This PET, capital P, capital E, capital T, PET is used in manufacturing the PET bottles like cold drink, water bottles, etc. Mainly it is used for making the cold drink waters and water bottles PET, and it is the most commonly used polyester. Now we are going to study about the properties of the polyester. It is very strong. It is very strong. It is very durable. Durable means it is used for long time, and resistant to chemicals. It is very resistant. There is no effect of chemicals on it. Polyester do not shrink, and polyester do not shrink. It is hydrophobic in nature. And it dries up quickly. It does not absorb the water. There is no effect of water on it. Does not absorb the water, so it dries up very quickly. It retains its shape, and it is easily to wash and dried. So these are the different properties of the polyester. Next is about its uses. Now we are going to know about that. What are the uses of the polyester? It is used to make the polyester shoots. It is used in manufacturing of ropes in industries because it is strong and durable due to this property. These ropes are useful in rock climbing. PET bottles, I have already told you, PET bottles are commonly used. Example of polyester mat, polyester rope. These things are made up of polyester. So these are the different uses of the polyester. PET is also used for making the bottles, utensils, films and biers, and it is used for making the protective clothing. Workers in chemical industry. It is used for making the sails for boats. It is widely used for making the fabrics for shoes, jackets, and trousers, etc. Next is about the next type of synthetic fiber is acrylic. Now we are going to know about that. What is acrylic? Acrylic is a kind of artificial wool, and these are the synthetic fibers that is made from a polymer, and that polymer is called polyacrylonitrile. Now it is a kind of synthetic fiber that is obtained from the polymerization of the acrylonitrile monomer. Which kind of monomer unit is present in its long chain? It is a kind of polymer. Acrylic is a kind of polymer, and it consists of a small unit that is used in its long chain that combine together to form a long chain. That small unit is known as acrylonitride. So acrylonitride is a monomer. Some of the well-known acrylic fibers are, what are the example of the acrylic fibers? Olone, acrylone, and casmilone. So these are the different examples of the acrylic fibers. Now we are going to know about its property. It is warm and lightweight. It has wool-like properties, so that's why it is also known as artificial wool. It is warm and lightweight. It is soft and flexible. It is resistant to moths and chemicals. There is no effect of the moths, insects, or chemicals on it. It gives wool-like feel. It does not shrink and wrinkle resistant. It is cheaper than wool. It can also be dyed in varieties of color. So these are and it is washable and shrink proof. It is quite resistant to the action of chemicals that I have already told you. It is resistant to the attack of moths and other insects. So these are the properties of the acrylic, and it can also be dyed in varieties of color. Now we are going to study about that, where the acrylic is used. What are the different uses of acrylic? Acrylic is a fiber that is mainly obtained, that is mainly often used for making the sweaters, blankets, and shawls and track suits. These things are made up of acrylic fiber, and it is also used as lining for boots, gloves, as well as furnishing fabrics and carpets. It is used in craft yarns, boat sails, and vehicles covers. So these are the different uses of the acrylic. Now these are the different we have studied about the different types of the synthetic fibers. We have studied about the rayon, nylon, polyester, and acrylic. So these are the different types of synthetic fibers that I have told you about its properties and its uses, where they are used. Next one is that there is one question. The question is, what is the chemical nature of polyester? The question is, what is the chemical nature of polyester, and what are polycot and polywool? Now we will know that what is the chemical nature of the polyester. Polyester is a kind of synthetic fiber, and it is a type of polymer that is consist of a small monomer unit. That monomer unit are the repeating units, small units that is used in polyester is ester. Now polyester is actually made up of repeating units of a chemical, and that chemical is called ester. Ester are the chemicals which give the characteristic smell like fruits. What is ester? Ester are the chemicals which give the characteristics smell like fruits. The fabrics sold by names like polycot. This is about the chemical nature of the polyester. I have told you about the chemical nature of the polyester. Now we are going to know about that fabrics that is sold by the names like polycot and polywool. So what is the meaning of polycot and what is the meaning of polywool? What is the meaning of terracotta? As the name suggests, these are made by mixing two types of fibers. For example, polycot. Polycot is made by mixing two kinds of fibers. It is a mixture of polyester and cotton. Next is what? Polywool. Polywool is a mixture of polyester and wool. Terracotta is a mixture of terylene and cotton. So as the name suggests, these are the fibers that is made by mixing two types of fibers. So this is the answer of this question. Next is about the identification of various fibers. So how we will identify that these are the different types of fibers. There are various types of fibers that can be identified mainly by observing. Either we can observe it or by doing a test, and that test is known as the burning test. The burning behavior of some fibers are, there is one table given below here, and that shows the burning behavior of the different types of fibers. So when we burn the cotton, it burns vigorously and no beads are formed. Rayon, wool, silk, nylon, terylene, acrylic. So these are the different types of fibers, and their burning behavior is given below here. So just before knowing about the result of burning, firstly we know that what are the different methods for the identification of the various fibers. There are many methods that is available for the identification of the structural, physical, and chemical properties of fibers. The various method that is used for the fiber identification are like, first one is microscopic method, solubility, heating method, burning method, density, and staining. These are the different methods that is used for its identification. But here we are going to know about there is one test that we will know about that only, that is the burning method. Now there is a non-technical test. The non-technical test means there is no any kind of technical things that is used for this. That non-technical test, first is the filling test and second is the burning test. So we will know about that. What is filling test? Filling test requires perception if it is to be any value. Skilled perception is acquired after handling many different fabrics over a period of time. Limitation of this test become apparent when examining and comparing the fabrics of different fibers content. So there is a next test used, and that test is known as the burning test, to recognize the composition of the fabrics, how these fabrics are made up of. Composition means how these fabrics are made up of, what these fabrics contain. So in order to recognize the composition of the fabrics by burning test, the sample of the fiber yarn of fabric, yeah, should be moved slowly towards the small flame. We should move slowly towards the small flame, and the reaction to the heat carefully observed. You observe its reaction to the heat. Firstly, you take the sample of fiber, a yarn of fabric, and you should move it slowly towards the small flame and observe it carefully. The reaction of heat, to observe it carefully, one end of the sample should be put directly into the flame to determine its burning rate and its characteristics. The burning order should be noted, and the characteristics of the ashes such as amount, form, hardness, color should be examined. So these things we should do in order to burn the fibers. We should observe all these things during that time. We should observe the burning order, that its burning order should be noted. The characteristics of the ash such as amount, form, hardness, color should be examined. So we should do all these things in this test. Now next is that there is the table that shows you here about the different types of fibers and what is the result of burning. For example, nylon burns with difficulty. It shrinks from flame and forms hard beads and produces smell of burning hair. It produces a smell of burning hair when it burns. Next is terylene. Terylene burns with difficulty and produces black smoke on burning, and it forms the hard beads. Next is rayon. Rayon burns fleetly with the smell of burning paper. It burns with the smell of burning paper and it burns very readily. Cotton burns vigorously and no beads are formed in this. So these are the results of burning of the different types of fibers. Now we are going to know about the advantage and disadvantage of the synthetic fibers. First is the advantage. Advantage of the synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers can be produced on large scale, hence they have cost less. These fibers are strong, durable and shiny. They do not shrink. They are quick drying and need very little or no ironing. They have last longer as compared to the fabrics that is made from the natural fibers. Means it is durable also. So these fibers require less care and do not need frequent ironing as they are wrinkle free. So these are the different advantages of using the synthetic fibers. Next is about the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? Synthetic fibers do not absorb water and sweat, as we are knowing well. So in hot and humid weather, therefore the clothes that is made up from the synthetic fiber stick to the body and make the wearer uncomfortable. So that's why in hot weather the synthetic clothes are not preferable. Next is synthetic fibers melt and burn easily. It catches the fire very rapidly and it melt also very easy. Synthetic fibers on catching the fire shrink and forming the beads which stick to the skin. Therefore it is not advisable to use these clothes that is made from the synthetic fibers while working near the flame. So it is the advice that is given to you that you don't wear the clothes that is made from the synthetic fibers, especially such as in kitchen. Synthetic fibers are non-biodegradable. They are non-biodegradable means they are not degraded easily by the microorganism present in soil. It is non-biodegradable, so that's why they cause the soil pollution also. So these are the different disadvantages